You are ready to complete your first mortgage application. Or maybe you've not completed a mortgage application in a long time and you're wondering if things have changed. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what 6 documents you need to complete your application like a pro. And I'm going to share with you some pro tips as we go. You don't want to miss them. And we're getting started right now. What's up, everybody? I'm Paul Ambrogio, and on this channel we talk living in Chicago's best suburban communities, where they are and what makes them so great. So if you're into that, make sure you subscribe below or above and tap on that bell so you're notified every time we upload new videos to this channel. All right, let's get right into it. Almost all mortgage applications are electronic, so most of you will be completing your mortgage application online. This will typically happen on the lender of your choice secure website. Make sure it's a secure website. Pro tip number 1 is that you create a folder on your computer so you can begin moving all the documents in one central location. So this way you can have easy access for the documents as you move through this process. You'll be able to find what you need. It's not odd for the lender to sometimes ask for the same document twice. So it'll be very helpful to have them all in one location. Don't ask questions, just get the lender the documents they need. Okay, let's get into the 6 documents that you likely need to complete your mortgage application. Number 1 are your pay stubs. Lenders need to know your actual income, and one of the best ways to verify your income and your employment is through your check stubs. But I know what you're thinking. I get direct deposit. I haven't seen a check stub in years. Do I even get check stubs? Well, you do. And if you don't know where your check stubs are or how to access them, please ask your employer. I guarantee that you still receive them. We just went through this with one of my daughters, whose name will remain anonymous for fear of retribution. Seriously, we did just go through it. You do have a check stub. You have to contact Human Resource Department to find out how you can access a secondary copy of your pay stubs. And they'll probably want at least 30 days of pay stubs. And then later in the mortgage transaction, they'll probably ask you for updated pay stubs. So be prepared. Now, if you have more than one job, you need the pay stubs from each and every employer. So this may take you a few minutes to get together. I think you get the picture. It's very important that you know how to access them now and get those documents put into that folder. Now, here's a pro tip. I've seen a lot of clients try to give screenshots from their cell phone of the pay stubs or those mortgage documents that they need to upload on the application, or even just showing like their check stub, what their direct deposit is. Those will not be accepted. They typically want a PDF check stub. So make sure you know how to access those, because those screenshots will not work, and you're going to want to do this a lot earlier than you're going to begin your loan application, because if there's a little time delay in getting that information, you won't be delayed in applying for your mortgage. Timing is going to be everything. So definitely find out how to access those documents and go ahead and start sliding those pay stubs into this folder that we created. And where's that folder? Right on your desktop. If you get any additional income, such as child support, alimony, a pension, retirement accounts, or Social Security, you want to make sure that you document all this income as well. Get everything into your folder. You'll want to go to whatever the income source is to find the official paperwork in a PDF format for that income. So it could be a divorce decree, it could be your retirement statement, your Social Security statement. Get it all pushed into that folder. You'll want to get those documents and either download them again as a PDF or scan them into a PDF document format, and then add them to your folder that you created so that when it comes time to upload them, you'll have all the information for your application. And another pro tip, right? Have your real estate broker, me, help you if you do not have a scanner or access to those types of things. Most real estate offices have those items and can surely help you out. Oh, I got one more pro tip for you on this. This is that if you have an iPhone, you can go into the Apple Notes app Once in the app, at the very bottom of the screen, you should see what looks like a piece of paper with a pencil over it. Click on that, and then at the bottom, click on the camera icon, and then choose Scan Documents. I'll send you my invoice for that one later. Actually, my wife told me about that one, so maybe you're going to get the invoice from my wife. Number 2, in your application, they're going to require your W-2 for the last 2 years. This is how the lender will verify how much income you received year to year. Has your income increased? Has your income decreased? They're going to require your W-2 forms, no question about it. And right now, you may be saying, I don't know where my W-2 is. I haven't filed my taxes in a long time. Typically, the W-2 is going to be stapled to your tax return you filed last year and the previous year. Also, you probably gave your tax accountant a W-2, unless you filed them yourself. Yikes! Let's hope not. I guess you could file them on your own, but most of us use a tax accountant. At least in the real estate industry, we do. So now you have to go back, not 1 year, but 2 years and access the W-2 forms. If you cannot access them easily on your own, you can contact your tax accountant to try and get a copy, from them, because they likely have it on file. You can also go back to your employer for a duplicate copy. Number 3, you will need to provide the previous 2 years' tax returns. Please don't tell me you haven't filed in the last 3 years. If you can't find your tax returns, the IRS has an option on their website for you to get a copy of the transcript of your returns. I have clients in the past that have had some success with the IRS transcript option, but it just took them a little bit longer to receive the actual items that they needed. And that's why you shouldn't really wait. You should organize yourself first before just going ahead and applying for the mortgage. The more prepared you are ahead of time, the easier the mortgage process will go. In the mortgage industry, it's also known as the 2-2-2 rule. Last 2 pay stubs, last 2 years W-2s, and last 2 years of income tax returns. Boom! That's it. Number 4, they're going to ask for access to your credit report from all 3 credit bureaus. Now, this is not a document that you're going to give them, but on the application, they will ask for your Social Security number, and this will be for all applicants applying for the mortgage. So every applicant that's applying for this mortgage will be required to provide this information. You will supply your Social Security number, and you will give them permission to check your credit. Most lenders will use the middle score out of the 3 credit bureaus. So you have 3 credit scores. You have one with Equifax, one with Experian, and the other one is with TransUnion. So let's do an example. If your Equifax is 675, your Experian is 700, and your TransUnion is 730, they will eliminate the lowest, which is Equifax, and they will eliminate the highest, which is the TransUnion, and they will use the 700 score from Experian. Experian is your middle score for qualification purposes in this example. Be mindful of that. They will pull all 3, but likely 99, if not 100% chance that the lender is only going to use the middle for qualification purposes. You will also need bank statements, typically the last 2 months worth of bank statements. You will be able to get your bank statements from your bank's consumer website. They'll have an option for you to download your current month's bank statement and all your previous month's statements as well. It will typically download automatically into a PDF file format, and you'll want to download, again, your last 2 months of bank statements or the current month and the 2 previous months. My clients often ask me, well, I have several accounts. I have different banks, or I have a savings account here, a checking account over there. I have an emergency account over there. I have some cash underneath my mattress. Which or what should I provide? Forget about the cash, that's out. Don't go depositing money anywhere. My answer is to give them as much as you need to qualify for the loan. More is always better when seeking a new residential mortgage. So if you know that you're using your money from your checking account and your savings account in order to qualify for this mortgage, or that's where your income goes, your direct deposit, or that's where you're saving for your down payment on the mortgage or the closing costs, then you need to supply those accounts. However, if you have some other accounts that you may also be accessing money from, then you need to supply those bank accounts as well. Again, if you have retirement accounts or that sort of thing, you want to be able to supply those as needed. Number 5 is rental history. These are typically just questions like, where did you live? How long have you lived there? How much rent do you pay? Those are pretty easy to answer. Let's not sweat the small stuff on this one. They will, at some point before you close on your home, actually call and verify or ask for more documentation from your landlord or from your leasing office about your rental history. But as far as the application is concerned, they'll ask you some questions about your rental history. Don't worry if you still live with family or live at home with your parents.
A lot of people had to move home with their parents, including myself.
It's okay. And you never rented before, you still can get the mortgage. It's okay. Just answer them truthfully. If you live at home, put that address and say you live at home. You pay rent or you don't pay rent. It's very simple. Be truthful. Number 6, they're going to ask you for a photo ID, either a state ID or a driver's license. Now, this is just to verify that the person applying for, the mortgage is actually the person on the application. And they could verify that with a copy of your photo ID. Go ahead and scan your license into the folder that we created so you're ready for the lender. This is all very simple and not complicated as some people may think. My last piece of pro advice is to be truthful on your application. I say that because a lot of people don't realize that everything you put on your application is verified during the underwriting process. The underwriter has the final say on your loan, not the loan officer or the person that you completed the application with, but the underwriter. Sometimes that's not done until you're further along in the loan process, typically when you're actually under contract for your new home. It's important to make sure you update your application if your income changes, if your job changes, if anything changes, or if you are scared, afraid, or just don't know if you should put certain things on the application. Talk to your lender and just get some solid advice ahead of time. They really do want to make the loan work for you. After all, that's how they get paid. Let me tell you a quick story on this. I had a client very recently who's been looking for a home to purchase over the last 18 months. And due to this insane, crazy market we were all experiencing, they were unsuccessful at securing a property until very recently. So now we went back to our lender to pick up the loan process where we left off, and guess what was discovered? Take a guess. The buyer client switched careers and has not been making the same money as they were when they first applied for the loan.
Epic fail, by the way.
Oh no, now we have a new problem. So it's very important to keep your lender updated and be truthful every step of the way. Just make sure you're truthful on the application because that's what they use to qualify you. And if anything changes, you may not qualify when it's time for your final underwriting approval. I hope this was helpful. Please put any questions or comments for this video about your mortgage application because I want to make sure that you're doing your application like a pro. So please go ahead and comment in the comment section below with any questions you have. Let me know how your process goes. I'd be honored to be your real estate broker when the time does come for you to do that application and purchase your next home. Again, I'm Paul Ambrogio, licensed real estate broker in the state of Illinois and the wonderful state of Florida. If you're looking to buy in Illinois to Florida or Florida to Illinois, I would love to be your go-to real estate broker. From Antioch to Plainfield, from downtown Chicago to Rockford, I've got you covered. I've sold over 3,000 homes in this geographical market, and I would love the opportunity to represent you. For more information or for homes that are currently on the market, please visit my website at illinoispropertysearch.com. That's illinoispropertysearch.com. This is where you'll find one of the easiest home search tools in the industry. I promise you that. So until next video, over and out.